Oh my gosh. All right, what's up, guys? I got my Christmas sweater on. It's been a long time since you've seen the both of us. Slight updates. Russell has a house now, so more shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
For starters, we're gonna give you guys a little bit of a car tour, or I guess vehicle tour.
More of a bike tour.
A little bit for now. So the first one is gonna be like this Hawk 250. So Russell went out and impulsively bought one. So I did what I do best, and I got the matching one. And so now we have those two. They're actually pretty cool. They're like these little Chinese bikes. I don't know much about them, but they kind of like, they're cheap.
They're street
They're
legal
cheap.
dirt bikes that are cheap as fuck. So.
And they held up pretty well. I mean, so far we absolutely
We
destroyed
beat
them.
the hell out of them.
There was a sand dune in, where was that? Mayo. It's in Mayo, and it was awesome. I mean, it was horrifying to even try and go to. I don't think that those had the balls to go up it, but we probably
it does.
You think so?
We got to get the balls to go up it.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest issue. But another one Russell got is this Suzuki GS 450. I don't know much about bikes, but I mean, these are pretty much all little projects. Another thing we got, so just a little, like, you know, Chinese four-wheeler, something fun to kind of mess with. And then Logan got hit by a car on the pit bike.
That thing's totaled.
Yeah, that thing's done. And then the Ferrari 450.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't run.
Just kidding.
It might.
But so the cool thing that we're actually starting this up with is this. Me and Russell were at Somerset Mall, and I was looking at watches, and I was, you know, we stumbled across like high-end luxury things, and I was like, huh, my brain functions in the aspect of what can I get for this price range? And you gonna open it? That's a delayed reaction, I guess. So me and Russell went out and bought this. This is a 2003 Porsche Boxster. Now, it's nothing crazy. I mean, it's, you know, still a Porsche.
It's probably the cheapest Porsche in Michigan.
I would probably say this is the cheapest running and driving Porsche Boxster S. That's not total rebuilt title, anything crazy. That would be this. And it is nice. I mean, it's got some sun damage. You know, the convertible top's not perfect, but it still works. And, you know, it's still a Porsche. So what we're gonna do is, I wanna say what we should start with is like a rebuild series, but I don't know where we're gonna go with that just yet, because with this being as hard as it is to work on, our scan tools can't even pick up on it. So we actually have to take it to a shop to have them scan it. And then we're gonna go get some scan tools that actually, you know, pick up the codes on this. But this isn't a typical Porsche. It's not like an actual rear engine air cooled. So in 1997, Porsche actually introduced their first air cooled, you know, rear engine Porsche, which was very controversial. And everyone gave up problems with it. You just, pop it up. And yeah, that was this generation. So this has a 3.2 liter flat six. It's still pretty cool. What we're gonna start with is pulling it apart, you know, kind of trying to diagnose it. It runs right now, but not very good. We'll have Russell hop in there and start up for you guys. Kind of give it a nice cold start. I guess it's not freezing cold, it's been ran, but.
That was a great start.
I mean, you're getting what you pay for with this thing. I mean, it runs. Holy shit. That's gonna be like a teaser thumbnail. But yeah, I mean, you know, exactly what you anticipate. It's got a bunch of lights on the dash. It's got 123,000 miles. That's not good, but you know, still totally cool. And yeah, we'll go ahead and cut this, and we'll show you guys some other things about it. So we're back. So a few little things to give you guys an update on. So we bought this as is. Pretty much, like, a lot of people go, oh, I bought it sight unseen. We literally went there and were like, what do you take for it? Like, that was us looking at the car. We didn't even check the oil on it, which I didn't think about doing. You should probably do that. But if you come down low here, so when you run it for a while, down here, all that is oil. It's literally leaking out of the motor. I'm not sure what it's coming out of, but you know, I don't think it's supposed to leak oil like that. I don't know, maybe it's a special option. It is an S, but that was a joke. No one laughed. So, a few little things we gotta work with is
The car being locked.
yeah.
Oh, the key works.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's a few little things down back under here. So like that's all exposed. We're gonna go get some panels for it. I'm guessing because whoever was working on it never put the panels back in, and now it's our problem, which is awesome. And it needs a new seat. We just have a cover on it right now, so it looks good.
It's pretty torn up underneath.
Yeah, that's not good. So we're just gonna leave that on there for now. You know, the chicks still dig it, so that's all that matters. But I mean, as far as like the car itself, I think the biggest problems we're gonna run into throughout this process is this car is known for three pretty big things. One of them is the AOS pump going bad. It's like gonna siphon the oil from the engine so it doesn't go into the intake. Roughly, you can look up exactly what it does. I'm not a expert in Porsches. Another big one that I'm horrified about is the IMS bearing. So on this particular generation from 97 to 2005, IMS bearings are notorious on these things. It's just brutal. It's a bearing inside the engine on the back towards like, kind of think of like where the main seal might be. Pretty much it grenades the motor and it destroys everything on them. If that's the issue on this is gonna be a really cool rebuild series. That's gonna take 6 months or probably gonna box together. But I'm thinking with the way it's running, Russell agrees with me, and I think he's the one that initiates this. I think it's something to do with electronics in the car. The problem is, this thing is incredibly tight to work on. So like, to even get to anything out here, I mean, you have to like pop the top and like have it like...
Yeah, your working room is like crawling through here and trying to lean in, and yeah, it's...
Like, that is how you work on this thing, and that's not a desirable location to be, in my opinion.
No.
I mean...
Anything else, you have to lift it up on a hoist and drop the motor. So we might be installing a hoist pretty soon here.
So yeah, that'll be interesting to have happen. From there, I say that we're gonna do like probably some kind of like sleeper build into it. It'll probably be like the golden child of the channel. We ended up selling the Stealth a long time back. This was back in 2022. We've had about a 1.5 year gap, as anyone
Probably a little longer.
think longer than a 1.5 years. 2022. That's a 1.5 years.
Yeah, that is a 1.5 years.
Summer of 2022.
That feels so long ago.
I know. It's crazy. Last time we did
Yeah,
that,
a lot has happened. We went from broke teenagers to, I got a house, we got a Porsche. We're upgrading our problems here as I'm tripping over my messy garage, but...
Yeah. The few things that are going to really hold us down with this car is parts are not easy to find. So I was scoundering through eBay. I can barely find a 3.2 from 2003, let alone, interior parts. I mean, there's a crack in the windshield. Safelite can probably deal with that, but we're gonna show you guys how to do things the wrong way on the right car. That way you can do things the wrong way on your car and then blame it on some other YouTube channel. But we'll come back to you guys after that. You guys, well, come here.